Hi, my name is Alexy Johnson, and I'd like to welcome you to Literal to Living. I am so excited to finally be launching this YouTube channel. Let me tell you why. About 12 years ago, God had given me an assignment to write a book, and guess what? I didn't do it. I was disobedient. The title of the book that God had given me was What's in It for Me. The premise behind it was to look at the Bible, look at passages of scripture, and to be able to understand what they say, but then to be able to extract principles or concepts that could be applied to my life. That's what's in it for me. Because sometimes when we read the Bible, we try to insert ourselves into the stories, but the Bible wasn't written about us, it was written for us. So that was the idea of writing a book called What's in It for Me. I was going to use those stories and use some examples from my life as I talked about different principles. And I was actually going to solicit some other people to get them to talk about different principles as well. But like I said, I didn't do it. One of the reasons that I didn't want to write a book and I didn't really focus on it the first time around is because I didn't really feel like writing was my talent. You know, for the people who are in my life that know me, they know that I'm a talker. And I just didn't feel like writing was a skill set that I had. And I was just worried that it wasn't going to turn out. And I know some of you may be listening and you may be thinking, well, that's where faith in God comes in. Yes, I have faith in God, but I didn't have faith in myself. And I just didn't trust God enough that he was going to do the work in me to allow me to write that book. And I'm just being honest. So again, I thank God for just still giving me an opportunity to be used in his kingdom, because of my disobedience, he didn't have to choose me again to be able to do something in his kingdom. He could have just went to somebody else. How many of you know that God doesn't need us for anything? His kingdom will advance with or without us. He does not need me for anything, but I'm thankful that he chose me anyway. But this time I'm getting to do a video-based thing, and I'm doing the exact same thing. So God gave me this idea in 2023 to do a podcast of sorts. So here's how it's going to go. So every week on Tuesday, I'm going to release a new video, and each video is going to feature me reading a passage of scripture. And through the power of the Spirit, I'll be able to receive some principle or some concept that can be applied to my life. And I'm going to share every thought that I have while I'm going through and reading. Any word that I don't understand, that I need to look up, whatever tool that I'm using, I'm going to share all of that information with you. So again, whatever my thought process is, I'm going to expose the entire process to you in hopes that this will help somebody who's out there who may feel like this process is too difficult. Well, sometimes I feel like it's difficult as well. So I'm willing to be vulnerable enough so that it may help somebody else who's out there. If you're interested in following along in this journey, I'd ask that you consider subscribing to the channel. The second thing that I'd like for you to consider doing is sharing this information with someone else who you think may benefit from having this information. This isn't going to be for everybody. Some people are going to see this and it's not going to be valuable to them at all. And that's okay. It's not going to be designed for everybody. But to those who it will help, they'll know it when they see it. And I pray that it lands in the lap of those who it's designed for. And the last thing is, let's all go from literal to living. Thanks.